Yes, guys, it's true. Fortunately, there's a time and a place to be bearish and bullish. Now is the time to be bullish. Yeah, we have a lot to go over. We have a lot to explain, a lot to talk about. Possibilities, scenarios, what to look for. I'm excited. Let's go ahead and switch over to the music here, and then let's try something different. All right, let's go ahead and switch. There we go. Hello. Let me go ahead and pull chat up, say hello to you guys, and we can get the fun started. Prathish, when Johnny's bullish, it is time to short. You're damn right. You admit, yo. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Mr. Reckless, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you as well. Oten, good morning. Good afternoon for me. So yeah, unfortunately, hold on a second. Okay. Letting you guys know, I am dog sitting for my parents currently. They just got a new dog, and she's so adorable. Her name is, I'm not a big fan of the name. Her name's Lady, and she's a French bulldog, and it was a rescue. She came from a very, very unfortunate set of circumstances. Basically, she was used to just to breed. Once they got her puppies, they kind of like locked her in a cage, treated her like crap, and it was just a very terrible scenario. And luckily, my sister's friend reached out to her, and she reached out to my mom. My mom always wanted like a small puppy or a small dog, and so they just got her yesterday and didn't want to leave her alone. So I am dog sitting at the moment, but she's so good. She's so good. She's currently napping right now, and she's really very like not energetic, not too crazy. Leave her some toys, some food, some water. She's good. So there might be a scenario where I might have to step out, because if she starts scratching on my door, that means I might have to like either bring her in or do something else, or keep her entertained somehow. Just letting you guys know up front. So yeah, the title is true. Now, I don't want to get anyone too excited. I'm going to go ahead and talk about the scenarios here. What's most important thing to look out for. The main thing is, guys, I know I'm saying I'm bullish, and it's like the market is just showing us that this is not slowing down. Okay. The only thing that I am going to stick to, right? I talked about this in my update video, which, by the guys, if you guys did watch that, I should have done a better job at just kind of just analyzing it, watching it before I posted it, because I was in a rush. I kind of made the video, didn't even watch the replay. So if I messed up, I messed up. I don't even think I messed up. But the music was very loud, and that was one of the complaints I got on the comments. So my apologies for that. But if you guys haven't watched that, I basically talked about it on last stream. The main point of contention for me, right, is the previous all-time high back in 2021. As long as we're below, we have to start talking about retesting possible areas of support. But as long as we're above that, we're in price discovery, guys. There's no resistances. There's nothing we can go off of to where we can kind of get an idea where price wants to go, and that's just not the case at the moment. Guys, if we're getting weird songs, I apologize. I'm trying new things out here. Hold on. Let's just stick to what we know. So yeah, I'm bullish. I basically bought back. Now, if you guys know, I'm not leverage trading yet. I've been thinking about it. I'm not gonna lie. What I'm probably am going to do is, I miss the days back when we used to breakout trade. Haven't had a really fun time doing that back in the previous bull market. So my personal, even though I do believe in higher time frame trading, sticking to the larger setups, in this kind of market, there's an opportunity to be trading possible breakouts. So I didn't make an account yet, but I probably will I don't know when exactly. I'll let you guys know if I do. But I'm probably gonna sign up for like 2Bit or something. I've been looking at different exchanges, and that's one of the things I'm going to spend a little bit more time on. You know, if you guys know me or have watched me in the past, for the last 6 to 8 months, I've been using an exchange called Fairdesk. Not going to talk about that, but currently not using them. If you guys are still using them, they're fine. They haven't had any issues. They've just been a pain. In the butt to me as a content creator. So me personally, nothing wrong with Fairdesk, but I'm going to be looking at an exchange here shortly, or a couple exchanges. I'm even considering taking the digital ID from Palau, whatever the country is, to get back onto Bybit. I'm considering that, just because Bybit's the king, Bybit's the GOAT. Can't go wrong with that. There's some negatives to it, but we can talk about that in another video or in the later part of the stream. But let's go ahead and talk about the levels I'm looking for. Now, since we're in price discovery, we have to approach this a little bit differently. I do not do this often, but I think we're going to have some fun and try this out. I'm going to try to give you guys an Elliott wave count based on how I do it. Now, mind you, I'm a little rusty at this, but at this point, there's really nothing that we can look for when it comes to understanding where the market can go, instead of, well, we can by kind of getting an idea of where the Fibonacci's reside at, and where possibly we can look for as zones to look out for. So we can look at that. I'm gonna attempt to give you guys a level-headed analysis on this, even though I'm not too keen on trading this exact levels. But at this point, since there's really nothing to look forward to from previous price action besides the previous all-time high as either a current or still resistance region, or possibly coming back down, retesting it, and then continuing to the upside, that's something we can talk about as well. But let's see. Prints out several dog coin logos with treats in front of her and place them in front of her, which that's actually not a bad idea. That's pretty funny. Sky Knight, Johnny's long, dump it. You guys love trading against me, don't you? I'm just kidding. DMS, hi fam, good to see you. How you doing? Which level are you long from? So pretty much, so if you guys remember, let me just zoom in a little bit. That's not what I wanted. I pretty much sold my spot bag. So I sold about half of my spot bag. And I sold it around, I can tell you exactly where I sold it. Right on this candle here. All right, and I gave myself about a 10% stop. Right. I was looking for lower. Now, unfortunately, I did not get the best exit. Thanks, Process Lasso. So I sold it on, I can tell you right now, or I bought back in, sorry. I bought back in at about 11:30 this morning. So I bought back in around this candle here. So I'm currently long from this region here, if you want to count that as a long position. And I'm pretty much going to be doing the same thing. I'm going to be targeting higher until price gives me a reason to sell back into below this region again. And this I'm going to try to be a little bit more exact on the entry this time. So same sort of scenario. If we fall back below, I'll be selling back into cash or USDT, and I'm just going to be riding the wave and see if we can get a retracement. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun with this. My Elliott wave skills are not the best, but we're gonna be doing it from the ABC perspective on how the original, I guess not the original, but how from the creator of the ABC method originally intended it to be. So before I do this, it's not financial advice. All right, we're just kind of just doing this for fun. All right, I'm not going to be taking any positions based on this. If you guys want to mark these levels out and see how they react, please feel free to, but do not constitute this as financial advice. Do this at your own discretion, at your own risk, because I don't want you guys to come back to me saying it's my fault because I told you guys that this level was going to be hit or short from this level. But we're going to talk about some areas to look at. So first things first, if you guys don't know how I would or how I'm going to approach this, is we're not looking at this from a traditional Elliott wave theory perspective, to where we're looking at traditional Elliott wave rules, right? You know, 5 weighted impulses, 3 wave corrections, third wave can't be longer. The third wave has to be the longest. I'm not going to be looking at that. All right, we're going to be looking at things from an ABC perspective, where I'm going to build my waves off of ABCs, right? But we're just going to do something like this. All right, so that's going to be your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically, instead of trying to stick to exact rules and try to count 5 waves between each impulse, we're going to go ahead and kind of break down each individual wave into larger sets of 3s, or a larger set of ABCs, and we're going to see what we can come up with. So right off the rip, when I'm looking at this, I'm not going to be focused on exactly trying to figure out which every single ABC resides in every single wave. But right off the rip, I can see that this is a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5 as a possible option. Okay. Now, this is going to be a little bit more of a bullish idea, so just keep that in mind. All right. If this is going to be a 1, a 2, and a 3, or 4 to the 5, okay, we have to see where price can possibly go on a larger term scale. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to go straight up there, but over the course of a longer period of time, you have to understand that there's going to be a set of subwaves in between this 5th wave. So in order for us to figure that out, all right, we got to pull from the bottom of the 2nd to the top of the 3rd and pull down to the 4th. Now, according to how I do things and how I've learned from the ABC method, or the ABC way of trying to decipher Elliott wave theory, the 5th wave can pretty much reside anywhere in this red region. So we can look at a low at around 91,000 all the way up to 182K, right? The bull run can end anywhere in this region. So if you guys want to kind of get an idea for what is possible here on the larger term scale, we can go ahead and look at that. I guess I'll keep this up here to see where maybe we'll make an object tree. We'll do that. Let's see. Josh, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Bull market engaged, all systems go. Send this trash to 170. It's in. That's in the cards. Let's see. Moozy. Yo, good morning, Johnny. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. We're just having some fun with some Elliott wave counts. Like I said, I'm not an expert in this. Do not take this to 100% truth or 100% reality of how I'm approaching the markets. This is just for fun. This is just to see what is possible, to what we can see what price is capable of. So that is the larger, more, I guess, easy way to the larger term count on the bullish side. Okay, that's one possible option. So if we're going to reside up in this region, we need to figure out how price is going to get there. Now, there's a couple ways to decipher this. All right, I see an ABC for a 1. Now on Bybit's chart, let me pull up Bybit's chart, because I find this pretty interesting. We're going to go back to Coinbase, but I didn't realize this until recently. On Bybit's chart, we actually put in an ABC. Well, okay, it was an expanded flat, but we did put in a lower low, which I found interesting. So we're going to go back to that. All right, so this ABC is going to be a 2. All right, we have a nice clear ABC for a 3. Now, we need to figure out where the third wave can go. Okay, so if this is a 1 to a 2, all right, something like this. I'm not saying we're done here, but I am going to get, oh shit. I am going to get rid of this line. How do I, settings, there we go. All right, so this could be a possible 5-wave impulse to possibly finish the 5th wave of the bull run. All right, so in order to figure out where she can go, you got to start pulling fibs. All right, so 1 to the 2. Now I'm going to go a little bit lower just because of the Bybit chart. I should probably pull that exact. If you guys have any questions about how I'm doing this, if you guys want to learn how to do this on your own, like I said, I do not recommend this for most people because even though I've read the book, I kind of understand how ABCs work. At this point, there's really nothing else to talk about in regards to resistance levels to where price can go next. The only thing that we can really keep on the table as a possibility is this prior resistance that possibly can become new support. So at the moment, there's really no there's no set area I'm looking for as in terms of where price can go. Okay, so this is the 1 and the 2. The golden area for a, how do I say this? The third wave is in this region here, but it can test all the way up to the 2.854. All right, so this is possible third wave areas that we can consider. All right, now let's say the third wave goes to here. Now, the fourth wave, what's interesting about how I do this or how it's done from my rules and how I look at this from a different perspective or a different rule set, we don't necessarily look at exactly where price can go to from a retracement standpoint. We allow the waves themselves to establish where the bottom is. So unfortunately, until we get a rejection and we get a pullback for the fourth wave, I can't tell you exactly where the fourth wave and the fifth wave is going to go. So as of now, for the bullish count, all right, let's just say, I mean, we could try to do it a little bit more the traditional way. Actually, no, it's the other way. All right, depending on where this tops, let's mark this as a possible area of support for the fourth wave. All right, so if this is going to be a fourth wave, like I said, this is all hypothetical. So we get up to, let's just say, the middle of the box, pull down to the fourth. All right, so the fifth wave, depending on where this goes, remember, the deeper the retracement, the less likely that we're going to be going up to more unrealistic highs. At this point, we would need to see, I really don't know. This could, anywhere at this point, just a guessing game. So we're just doing this for fun. The fifth wave, like I said, is anywhere in this red region. So it could be just even a slightly higher high, and that's all we get. All right, so something like that. That's one idea. Another idea is that maybe if you want to get ultra bullish, which I think this is a little bit more unrealistic. Let me pull up an object tree and no, how do I make this into? Why can't I move, create? No, I want to sync it. There we go. All right, I'm gonna do. All right, so let's start scratch. We're gonna start from scratch again. All right, I'm gonna keep this level marked because this is very important. But we're gonna do a different scenario. The other scenario I have in my head, which is a little bit more, even more bullish than the first one, is that I would say I'm thinking two things. One, this ABC is actually a wave one of like a super cycle that we're in. This is a 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is going to be insane if this is what actually happens. To me, this is way too unrealistic because I already know once I pull the fibs, this is going to be ridiculous. All right, so this is a wave one. This is a wave two. Yeah, see that doesn't make sense. That we're gonna that the third wave's gonna put us at $3.5 million. So that's just, I'm not gonna even attempt to do that. The other bullish option is the same. All right, but maybe we're in a very extended fifth. Let's see. New horizons before the halvening. Damn. Yeah, well, like I said, I don't know what the expectation for the halvening is or what could happen. Me personally, I'm not too convinced I mean, I have to be bullish at this point. I have no choice, but I just not convinced everybody's going to keep going up. We're going to have some sort of retracement. We're going to try to figure out what that possibly is. The only thing I can think of is that maybe we're in a extended fifth. All right, this is a little bit more of a real, kind of in the middle scenario, not too hyper unrealistic, but also not, it's not the lower count like we talked about before. Trying to find a new song. Let me go back to this guy. I like this guy. Okay. So, if we're in a fifth wave, okay, we need to go back to this and we can draw this a little bit differently. This is going to be, instead of this being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like we talked about before, all right, maybe this ABC itself is actually a one wave. That would be interesting, but it poses the argument that I don't know where this is going to retrace to. We can go back to, you know, maybe we have to go test 75K, 76K. That's also possible. I don't know. I don't have enough information, unfortunately, to give you guys an accurate. We can try. We can speculate. Let's speculate a little bit. Yeah, see that 1.618 level lines up with. Wait, lines up with this one. Lines up with this one-to-one extension as well. So it looks like, if I had to guess, there's probably going to be a decent amount of resistance around that 75 to 76K region. Let's say we do get a pullback from there. Oh, no, wrong tool. ABC's on 1 minute chart analysis. No, we're doing one degenerate thing at a time. People calling 80K as resistance. That could be the case. 80K is see, it almost brings us back to the same region. That like golden pocket-ish area. 786 lines up to this prior resistance. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back and still mark this as an area of support, but you also have to keep in mind that this could be a support region as well. Curious. Let's see what will happen when the first rate cut happens. Let's see. I gotta make this window bigger. There you go. The last half of this year will be wild. I definitely agree. We need a period of cooling down, and that could be a catalyst to us cooling down for sure. Sorry. So let's see. So if we get this for a 4, okay, so that's going to be a wave 2. she knocking it? Hold on. Nope, it's just the wind. Okay, so another thing we can look at is possibly the fifth wave ending in a larger ABC. That's a possibility. So this kind of lines up with the same region, 150 and 180K. I don't like this as a larger one too, because if this is going to be a super cycle of a fifth wave, I mean, the third wave technically can go up to a $483,000, which I don't find that realistic. I do not find that realistic, but we'll mark it out as a potential third wave. Well, this is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that could be it. That is possible. I do not like that as a viable count, to be honest, because if that is going to be the case, see, this just gets ridiculous. The fifth wave is going to go up to $1.3 million. Like, I just don't see that happening. So what I'm leaning more towards is that this fifth wave might just end in a larger ABC. So if this fifth wave is going to end in a larger ABC, I deleted it. Shit. Like I said, it depends on where we retrace to. So if we go A to B to C, that leads us to it's a little bit more bullish than the other count. You know, we can go anywhere from 180 to 225. The absolute highest being 472,000, which I think that's a little too much. Johnny, take a look at Apex Pro. It's just DEX by Bybit. Yes, that's one of the things I did look at Sky Knight. Yes, I definitely will look into that. Because I'm not looking to trade high leverage. I'm not looking to trade crazy alts. So definitely on the table. That's, to be honest, I'm debating between that and the 2-bit exchange I talked about before. But knowing from what I found out last time, I think I might just go with the Apex Pro. But thank you for reminding me, Sky Knight. So that's a little bit more realistic. I think 472,000 is a little bit out of reach, but that 180K to 225 is definitely a good area. Now, we still have to keep in mind a possible bearish count, because let's see, it's the only exchange I use. The only downside is cross margin only. If you want to hedge, you'll need 2 wallets. That is kind of shitty. But to be honest, I'm only going to be using it to take breakout trades. So I'm not going to be looking to short. If I do, yeah, I'll have to open up a second account. And also keep in mind, guys, like, what I'm thinking about, all right, is the most important thing is that the fifth wave can end any time after we cross above the top of the third. Right? So just because I give these projections doesn't mean that we're going to go there. Right? We can stop anywhere in between. We can stop now. We can go to 180K, and that's it. A bearish idea that I have still is that maybe this third wave, maybe this ABC is part of a third. Maybe we're going to be done here soon. And maybe we have to go ahead and go do something like this. Now, I'm not saying we're going to go down below, but like maybe down to test 32. So let's say we top out at 75K. Because there's a lot of confluence at the 75K region. All right, we pull back down to here. It lines up. It lines up, guys. And like, I'm a little bit more comfortable saying that this is a little bit more of a realistic number, 321K. Now, I know that's very high, but compared to some of the other counts that we talked about, this is a little bit more of a realistic number. I don't know. I really don't know. So I can give you guys a possible. Maybe we can go bearish here. Maybe this would be a good bearish idea. Change the name. Okay, there you go. Got it. Key. That's another thing to consider as well. We can go to 75K and still retrace. I'm telling you, for some reason, guys, I know I talk about this a lot. Right now, I have to be bullish because price is telling us that we're currently above a resistance. We have a lot of momentum on the upside. This wave has not slowed down. But the fact that we haven't had a healthy pullback, now I'm going back to what I'm saying last time. All right? Like this is a pullback. All right? This is not a pullback. This is not a pullback. This was not a pullback. These 15-20% wicks to the downside. We can only drop 15-20%, but we need to stabilize. This is a little bit okay, this is a little bit more of a pullback compared to these two, but to me this is still not a pullback. This is more of a range. But that's a pullback. We haven't had anything significant like that in a while. Am I saying it's going to happen? No, but in order for me to be a little bit more confident that we're going to go and maintain a lot higher prices, talk about the 200, 300K range, I need to see proof that price is going to be healthy. And the only way for us to do that is to take its time. These straight moonshots up can lead to straight dumps to the downside just as fast. You just signed with your MetaMask, and I personally use ARB network to hold my USDC since ETH network has high gas fees. I'll definitely look into that. I do appreciate that, Sky Knight. That's probably gonna be easier for me. But yeah, the third wave can be done here. We can get a fourth, extend to a fifth. So, like I said, based on what I'm seeing, I could see us topping off early next year. The election is over and the recession kicks in. Yeah, I could see that as well. Arbon, how you doing, my friend? We're just having some fun with some Elliott wave counts. Now, me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Elliott wave theory, but we can use Elliott waves to kind of give an idea where price can go. Now, am I making any actual trading decisions off of what I'm doing? No, but sometimes what it's cool to see is you can have multiple bullish ideas, maybe a bearish idea, multiple bearish ideas, maybe a bullish idea. It's sometimes the levels that you look at a nearer term, a more short-term perspective, can line up pretty well. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, the way I've been plotting, sometimes you can plot these extensions and get really accurate results. That just missed the 1-to-1. It's not accurate all the time, right? I will say that, but there's been some plotting when I've been doing this like off stream, and I'm trying to remember where exactly. This ABC did pretty well. 77K. I don't know. I just don't. We can talk about this all day. There's a lot of different possibilities, but pretty much going back to what I said before. Let's look at this from a little bit more short-term perspective. Did I hide this? Yeah, let's just do that for now. I'll get back to those. I'm going to save them so I don't lose them. All right, so going back to what I said before. Now, either this is a 1-2. All right, we're going up for a third. Now, if this is going to a third, I know we talked about the 1.618, but technically 85 to 90K is going to be a third wave. You got to try it along in a 15-minute time frame. There's an ABC around 70K and long from there. Not at the moment, Sky Knight. I'm not. Like I said, I probably won't make a leverage trading account probably till sometime next week. We're in the 70K region. Well, I don't see what you're talking about. If you're talking about this low, this put in a higher high, so that doesn't count. Further back, like down here. Yeah, this was technically A to a B to a C with an ABC within a C. So you could have took in this entry. That would have been a good one. That's what you're talking about. Good short entry scalp there. But unfortunately, like I said, I'm still trying to stick to the larger time frames. At this point, I have to be bullish. So I'm back in my spot bags. Just going to be waiting for possible new breakout trades whenever I do decide, if I do decide to actually start leverage trading again. From the high on March 5th to the high around March 8th on the 15-minute. To the high? Oh, this one. That's like a bullish, the bearish ABC. March 8th. Yeah, because this is a larger bearish ABC. Yeah, that's a short play. Yeah, there hasn't been too many long positions down here. If you want to play the smaller time frames, that was one, but sorry, technically it would be short. Yeah, short ABC. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm not gonna play that. It's just too small for me. Like I said, we're way beyond the point of entry. For me, this is more of a swing short. This would technically, as long as we're below that pivot, we do have the possibility of coming back down to testing pretty significant amounts. Well, I would say a significant area of support around 38K, if not the top of 32, somewhere in that range, maybe possibly 25 or 20. Yeah, 25K. But just keep that in mind. But since we're not there, I really have no choice but be bullish right now. I have no choice. We're in price discovery. We're getting close on that. We're getting close around that happening time. Perhaps I was wrong. You know, I hate to say it, but I can go even back further. You know, I might need to get an next chart for this. If we want to get crazy, like bullish here, I mentioned those short ABCs would be long since we're breaking all-time high and breaking out of those resistance with traditionally short. Yes. Yeah, correct. Yeah, because we're in that price discovery mode. You guys, as much as I love ABCs, levels have to establish themselves before you can short. Like, throughout this entire uptrend, all right, you shouldn't be shorting. And guys, you do not want to be that guy who shorts every single resistance levels during a bull market, right? There's a time and a place to be bearish. There's a time and a place to be bullish, right? Unfortunately, you know, for us and how I wanted to view the market, didn't work out exactly the way I wanted to. You know, I was looking for a good short position, but now I have to flip my bias. I have to flip the plan. I have to change my plan. At the moment, the plan is to, you know, take breakout trades and long because the price is telling us that it wants to continue higher. That will change if we get back below, because once we get back below, we test areas of support, and then we just have to take a level by level. But right now, you guys should not be shorting unless we get back below that pivot. You guys should be trying to take breakout trades. No, not financial advice, but you guys should be trying to take you guys should be trading with the trend. As I was trying to say. I mean, this is going to be a little crazy, but like, what if, guys? No, that can't be it. What if we're in a super cycle? If we're in a, let's see if this even. I always wanted to just mess around and see what price gives us. All right, guys, we're in a super cycle wave 5. We're going to $1 million. You know, it's funny. This is. I'm not saying it's realistic, but this is more realistic than some of the smaller trend-based Fibonacci's that we pulled. For a 5th wave, I mean, this would take a very long time if we did ever get up there. Because even if this is let's say a flat and a 4th, this would be there would not be enough money to support that price. Oh yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely. But we're doing this for fun, Sky Knight. We're doing this for fun. What if? What if? All right, if this is a bigger one too. Now see, that gets in the way of that. Maybe here. Yeah. Extremely unrealistic, but we can have some fun. 100K ETH. Oh my God. Imagine that. 100K ETH. KDA would be at $500. Be worth a lot of money. That'll be worth a lot of money. So yeah. That's pretty much it. Like, we have to go ahead and I'll mark out the levels one more time because now I'm forgetting. So if this is going to be a third wave, yeah, technically third wave can go up to 95K. Now, if this is just an ABC, 80K's in the cards too. You know what's interesting about this as well? If this is some sort of longer, let's say this is a bigger flat. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of flats, but it can happen. All right, a flat is basically where you get an A, the B goes past the 0. It can either expand past the A or truncate before the A. Overall, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. How you doing? We're just messing around with some Elliott Wave stuff. Like I said, I'm not an expert in Elliott Wave, but this is kind of like this is like how I would approach it. Now, this is technically a flat. But this is, like I said, this wasn't expanding. This was a truncated flat. So you can have an expanding flat to where the B extends past the 0. And if we can go, like I said, this is I wouldn't say impossible. This is very unrealistic, right? But you could get a scenario to where we get some sort of flat here, right? And if you want to be bearish, that's fine. I don't believe you should be bearish, but if we start breaking supports, like if 59K fails, we go to 38. If 38 fails, we go to 32. If 32 fails, 25. Once you get to about 25K, you know, you go from 5% odds up here up to like 60 to 70% odds once you get back over here. So, like I said, it's just because it's not likely now doesn't mean that it can't happen. So, at the moment, it's still a possibility that we can have some sort of expanding flat or we can get a running flat, right? If that is a running flat, we could possibly look at this from okay, that's another viable option. All right. If this is going to be a running flat to a fifth, 165K to 170K is in the realm of possibilities as well. That's another decent zone. So you guys, you see, like, even though we're not trying to, you know, I'm not trying to tell you exactly where price can go. No matter how many things I can variations I can come up with, a lot of the times we end up around that 150, 180K zone, right? Whether you want to believe that let's see. I need to go back to here. Could be it as well. Like I said, at this point, I trying to figure out exactly where the fourth wave is going to retrace to try to get a fifth wave extension just doesn't make sense. So even if you guys are trying to do this somewhat seriously, like I said, I've said this a bunch of times, do not recommend. You need to figure out where this is going to go first. Right? The way to do that is, right? You can do two things. I'm just thinking of it. No, that possibility is too good to be true in my opinion. No, because I was gonna say maybe this ABC here. Oh, that's the wrong one. Maybe this ABC here is actually part of a 1, but still, I would need to figure out where the 2 is gonna be. So I'm not the biggest fan of calling that a 1 wave, which you could. Technically, you could, but I would need to see where the second wave pulls back to. If this is gonna be a 1 wave, the 2 wave is going to retrace a good amount. But if you want to put this from a perspective that we're just gonna keep going, you're gonna have to count this as ABC 1, ABC 2, ABC 3, ABC 4 down here somewhere, maybe down here in 5. Right, and then let me just make sure I got that right. Yeah. So if this isn't an ABC, we need to go to 84K. And validation of, I would say, because let's say technically this C wave, if this is going to be an expanding flat or some sort of flat to where we kind of trick everyone, technically we have to just go up to 76K. Technically. I will entertain something else. Because maybe okay, here's a possibility. What if this is a 1, a 2, we got a 3rd here, a 4th is done here, and we're going for a 5th. If this is the case, this would be an ABC expanding flat, which we talked about. Let's see where this went to. Okay. Either this is going to go to the 1.618 or it's going to go into that green territory. No, it wouldn't go to that. No, it would be the 1.618 extension. Okay, so it was close. We extended a little bit past it. Did get in that green zone. But the green zone is usually for a 3rd wave impulse. It doesn't make sense. So it looks like we extended past that. What if this was a flat to a 4th? Wow. Again, this lines up. A 5th wave only gets us to 80 to 100K. Wow. What do you guys think? Let me know. What do you guys think in chat? Am I losing my mind doing all this? You guys getting this? Do you have any questions? There's like 8 people in here. Not complaining, but I'm surprised. What do you guys think about that? The one thing I want you guys to take away from this is, regardless of how we're approaching this from the different variations, we get into that 85 to 180K range for topping out. So some of them might extend a little bit further, but that's like the main area that we're looking at. There's a lot of, if you want to look at this from a Fibonacci perspective, there's a lot of resistance up ahead. And now you know why. Now you guys understand why I don't do this. because I could sit here all day and come up with different variations. ADA's going for it. Eden's doing good. When did this happen? Oh, wow. Wow, LTC. Oh, XRP went for it too. That was your buy zone for LTC. You also would have doubled your money already. Wow. Imagine a world. Imagine that. Still sitting around a KDA short. Where are we? We're still in that diamond area, or triangle. Diamond. We are going to break out of this soon. We're definitely going to break out of this soon. Now, direction, I don't know. But we're definitely going to break out of this soon. Should we do some more lower time frame stuff? Let's see if I can pick apart this impulse wave. All right, so this is a third. That's a fourth. Let's see how we can put this together. A, B, C. Yeah, that it didn't touch that. Are you trading a phantom model? Overall, unfortunately, I am not touching. I haven't touched Forex in a while. I don't plan on to be honest. I kind of did the Forex stuff to kind of pass time for the crypto. But now that crypto is here, that's kind of on the back burner. I know Phantom himself stopped trading, which good on him. Good on him. I watched that video you guys recommended, him talking about him like just quitting trading, and he's got other things to focus on. So proud for him. Wish him the best of luck. But yeah, unfortunately, just not there at the moment. It's just not there for me. I want to say this. See, this looks like a 1. This whole thing looks like a 1. To me, this ABC right here looks like a 1 wave. I don't like it, but there's really no separation in trend. So that's the 1. We got to get either a 2 here or a 2 here somewhere. Something like that. Let's... Tried Forex and realized not for me either. Yeah, you may. It has potential, like, but I don't know. Just sometimes market structure changes. Strategy's not going to do as well. To me, crypto is a lot easier. There's more money to make, in my opinion, in crypto. I want to say that's a third. ABC for a third. That's a fourth. All right, if this is a fourth. Yeah, we're in that top zone. Now, price can technically go all the way up to here and still be a fifth, but this is the first main zone we look for resistance. Okay. So if we are at a top, so this is a potential top. I feel so we're talking about this, but what can we do? We need to figure out where the fourth can go. Once we figure out where the fourth can go, because even within this, there's an ABC, ABC for a fifth. To me, that looks like a fifth wave. So third, fourth, fifth. Now the question is this a 1, a 2? Are we done with the third? Or is this going to be an ABC within the third? I don't know yet. So we're just doing it for fun. See, guys, this is why I don't do this. You know, it's so much crap on your screen. Dylan, smoke. What's up, dude? Yeah, so this is why I don't do this. It's a lot easier to say, be bullish while we're above the all-time high, be bearish when you get back below. Easiest way to do this. Once you guys understand, you know, it's good to understand Fibonacci's where price can go. But I'm not too focused on exact Fibonacci levels. I need to see reactions. I make my trades once I get the reaction that I am looking for. But since we're not, you know, we didn't get the initial bearish reaction we're looking for, I have no choice but to continue to be long until we get back below. So like I said, if you want to look at this from a technical standpoint, we can go all the way up to 75, 80K and still be bearish. So it's not until we get back above, I would say 85, 80, 85K is when I'm like starting to be, okay, really no going back. I think we'll see new bearish ABC above all-time high. Yeah, it's possible, you admit. It's possible. Definitely possible. I think one of the best things I've heard in a while when it comes to like advice on how like to approach buying in is basically wait for a retest of the previous all-time high. So like, for example, like let's say price continues up. Let's say this is the bull run. We go to 175, 200K. Once we get back below 60, 70, you know, or 65, 69, whatever in this region, it's probably a decent time to buy because the odds of price actually going down and retesting 15K after a push like that, almost impossible. Never say never. I'm never saying that, but it's not a bad way to approach buying in if you really don't know what the hell you're looking at. The ultimate strategy is DCA. I looked at it, it was funny. I set up a portfolio for my mom back in 20. Yeah, I think starting like 2018, the end of 2019. No. I would say like somewhere in this region, halfway through 2019. I basically had her set up buys for like $5 to $10 every week for like 3 or 4 years, and she's been doing really good. Oh, I know. Wait, this is not 3 or 4 years. This is back over here. I don't know why I'm looking down there. It was 2021 when she started. So she had a little bit of money invested. She made a little bit off of this run. She sold it, and I basically told her, like, look, this is the time. Just keep it on a residual buy, and just keep going. But my first BTC at 5K area, nice, dude. My biggest play, you guys know this. My biggest play ever was buying ETH at $400 last bull run. And I plan on doing that again with KDA. We're gonna hit another grand slam this run. Grand slam. All right, we're at an hour 15. An hour 10. All right. You guys have any questions for me? You guys have anything you want me to look at? Because if not, I'm gonna have to wrap things up shortly, just because I gotta take the dog out. We let the dog out. I'm gonna go let the dog out. I mean, she's potty trained and all. She's good. She's like 1.5 years. She's like about 1.5 years, almost 2 years old. We don't know her exact birthday, but she's such a good dog, man. Usually Frenchies, like, she's a French bulldog, and she has, French bulldogs have tendencies to be loud, stubborn, and all that. But she's so chillax, man. She's so chillax. Doesn't bark. I mean, I heard her bark a little bit for the first time today, but it was like a little, like, wasn't like her screaming or anything. When my sister got a dog a couple years ago, he's very jealous. He's a very jealous dog, and he gets like, he gets anxious sometimes. He overreacts. Like when he meets someone new, he like starts freaking out. But as soon as he like smells you and you pet him, he's good. And so he's a pit bull too. So people are afraid. Imagine walking down the street and having a pit bull sitting there barking their ear off at you. You don't know what to think. And I don't blame him. But besides that, he's a really good dog. But she's very quiet, doesn't care. Like I took her out earlier. There's a couple people walking by. She kind of just stared, didn't bark, didn't like approach, doing her own thing. She's a really good dog, though. She just came from a very shitty situation. Luckily, my parents are gonna spoil the crap out of her. I feel bad because she had puppies. They basically used her to breed and got rid of her. She had puppies. She can't see her puppies, so it's a very, very sad situation. But because of that, I'm happy she's here. I'm happy my parents are able to take care of her. And my mom's already gonna spoil the shit out of her. I already know it. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap things up. Play some Wordle. But I do appreciate you guys stopping by. Like I said, this is a little bit more of a chillax stream. Letting you guys know what I'm doing. what the plan is. And yeah, we're bullish. We got it, guys. As much as I was bearish, because I was cautiously optimistic, it's hard to be continuously bullish and prices is going straight up. Beta bot, how you doing, my friend? Okay. Why is it doing this? I don't want a hard mode. Fuck you. Okay. S. Oh. Wow, this is tough. SLEEP. Okay. PE. Hope to catch up with you later, Beta bot. Like I said, this is more of a fun stream. Nothing, like I said, as long as we're above that previous all-time high, I'm bullish. You know, we've been dancing around this region for a while. Let price decide what it wants to do and just follow the trend. I can only be bearish for so long. Penis. That's funny for thieves. Beep boop boop. Robot, exactly. PE. The S is all right. So the S is here because it's not in the last spot. It's not in the fourth spot. So PES. Anybody else got any ideas? Oh, I gotta answer a text message. Pesky. Okay, Pesky's a good one. Not gonna say nothing. All right, let me show you a picture of the dog. I don't have that many pictures of her. I got a video of me petting her. I'll put that in the Discord. Oh, we got a couple photos. I want to change her name. I don't like her name. Her name is Lady. Maybe change it like Sadie or something. But I do not like Lady. But this is Lady. Little Frenchie. Adorable. Or she was sleeping half off her bed. And here's a video of me petting her. Let's see if I can. video of me petting hidden lady. But she's such a good dog, man. She's pretty good. She's like opening up now, a little bit used to us. So yeah. That's all. That's gonna be all for today, folks. Remember, guys, just remember, if we fall back below, be cautious. If you want to play that range to where you basically are holding spot above, selling below, that's fine. Well, actually, it's the other way. Sorry. That wouldn't be a bad move. Yourself like a 10% stop. You know, I bought a little bit lower in the range, so you know I was forced to buy back in. But if you want to play that, that's probably the best move I can suggest. Or if you want to play breakout trades, you can do that as well on leverage. But if you're playing spot, sell below that pivot. If not, let it ride. But if you're trading leverage, you know, just be careful. I would not be trying to short up in this region. I would just wait for breakout trades. You know, you have, let me give you an example. Now the 5 minutes probably not the best, but technically you could try to trade this up here. I don't know where you would take profits, or if you want to let it kind of establish itself, come up, down. I know it's an ABC short, but you know, in this market, use those pivots as bullish entries. So if you get a kind of a tracement, then a continuation up, take that breakout trade. Not financial advice, but that's what I would do. And don't worry, you guys will probably see me be doing it at some point here in the future. We'll set things up and I'll let you guys know. But yeah, let's go ahead and say goodbye to everyone. Heather, even though you cheated, thank you. BetaBot, Prateesh with the penis comments. Appreciate you as well. You admit. Dolan, Shaw, Overall, Sky Knight, Orman, you Mitt, Josh V, Muzi, Otin, DMS, Mr. Reckless. If things get crazy, you know, I'll come back. You know what? I'll come back. You'll see me. You guys will see me again. Probably not tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday, but you guys will see me again sometime this week. I'll let you guys know. If you guys are in the Discord, you will get an update before everyone else. But just be on the lookout for either Wednesday or Thursday around the same time. So till then, guys, be good, be safe, trade safe, figure out a plan, know the plan, trade the plan. All right. Luck is when opportunity, what is it? Luck is when opportunity meets preparedness or something like that. I don't remember the exact quote, but as long as you're prepared, you know what you're looking into or looking forward to, you guys can make the right move. But till then, be good, be safe.